Well, today is the 18th of March. It's a glorious day, and this is the first opportunity in the year for 2022 that we can get in and do our first inspections on the hives at the farm and just see the situation and how each hive has fared over the winter. So we're just going to look into this hive, which is a 3-box hive, which was fairly strong when we left it in the autumn, hence we've left 3 boxes on. And just looking at the hive today, you can see the amount of pollen already coming in, which is mainly pussy willow. So we're going to go into this hive now and have a look and just get an assessment of where they are so we can keep a record and then follow the progress of this particular hive. Well, on opening the lid, you can see that the pollen pate that we put in for them has hardly been touched. Now that usually means one of two things. It's been too cold for them to come up to the top, but on the other hand, there's so much pollen out at the moment with pussy willow that they haven't needed to take any of the pollen pate, but we're going to leave it in there. Here's our 3rd frame in the top box, and we've already found a very healthy hive, and there are now eggs evidence of, so we know it's queen right, but we'll then continue to work through the hive and see what else we've got. Well, here we are. We found the queen, busily working and looking around her. We've also found capped as well as eggs and larvae. So this hive is beginning to look really good and strong. So we've just come to the edge of her laying now, and this is going to become a really lovely pollen frame. You can see the honey around the edge, and then you'll see the pollen alongside the honey, which will be all ready for her when she wants to lay. They're setting it up really beautifully.
That's the pussy willow pollen. We've now taken the top box off and we're going to look into this middle box. So we suspect that there'll be quite a lot of brood in here as well. So far we've counted 4.5 sides. We don't seem to have any honey stored in this box, so we know that they've got plenty of honey in that box, and that will keep them going throughout spring before they can collect their own. All in all, a very, very good hive. The lid is upside down at the moment because it's full of mould, so we're just letting it dry out in the sunshine. And he's also putting tape across the gaps in between the boxes, as the boxes are not quite fitting together. So next time we come down here we will bring some new boxes to replace those. We've just come to the hive which we knew was dead, and we unfortunately didn't seal it up properly. In fact, we didn't seal it up at all. So we can see all the bees from other hives going into this hive, robbing it out. So we've taken all trace of the hive away from the site and we've moved it to the side. As they were robbing it now, it seems best that we move it to a place which is not anywhere near the other hives, just in case the robbers try and rob another hive. Now if there wasn't any robbing, we would just take the whole hive back home so that we can dispose of it carefully. But unfortunately we're a bit too late.
We're coming now to our last hive of the 14. Been a very successful time, and apart from the one that we knew hadn't survived, every other hive has been looking really healthy. We've found a queen in each one, and we've seen plenty of eggs in various quantities. And now we're going to look at the last one, and having taken the lid off, we see quite a bit of activity, but not much of the pollen pate has been taken. So we'll remove that first of all.
There seems to be fewer bees in the top of the box than in the others. But there's quite a few going in, not as many as this hive over here. top box first. Empty. Empty. You can see some honey. Okay, so that's interesting. We've got a little bit of nectar in there, so they put that in. Next frame. A little bit of honey. So that's always good. We've got a bit of stores left that they can tuck into if they need to whilst they're brood rearing, because by rearing brood they're using quite a lot of energy and need a lot of food. So people say you need enough honey to get them through the winter. Really, you need enough honey to get them through the spring as well. Good. We're on 3 boxes with this hive, so we're anticipating the brood is going to be in the middle box. Yeah, loads and loads of honey. Let's go into the middle box. 3, third side. Let's see if we can see any eggs on the outside. Yes, and there's some eggs down there, I can see. Yep, and there's some royal jelly, very small larvae there. And that. Was that full size of brood? Yeah. So we're hoping this frame will also have brood on, and then it will make it up to 6 sides. It looks like it's a store. No sign of eggs there, so it looks like it's just, oh hang on, just seen the queen. So she's just like, they see the egg sticking out of her. She probably lost that one. So she's laying on this side. So that's 4 sides of brood, which will fast become 5 sides of brood.
The conclusion we've come to now is that we've got 1 full box of honey nearly. That's all surplus to requirement. In this particular box, in the middle box, there's 2 or 3 frames with still honey in, which is plenty for them. The nest is here and looking really healthy with 4 or 5 frames on, and we've seen the queen. And the bottom box we know is fairly empty, so it's plenty of room. Hive looks very healthy, we're very happy with it, and we're going to put it back together. Well, we've come to the end now on this wonderful summer's day in March. We've done a complete inspection of all 14 hives. One that we knew about, as Laura said earlier, that's passed on, and the other hives have been robbing it, but apart from that we are absolutely delighted with the results that we found today, with 13 of the 14 hives still in a very good position and starting to build up for the summer flow.